Hello, my name is Caden. I'm going to show you how to remove the armrest on an old C-body sedan, mainly applying to the Oldsmobiles and Buick Park Avenues. I may be missing a few others, but anyway, they have this style armrest. This is my Olds 98 Regency Brougham, and most common problem on these is that these armrests, they're just under so much tension from the factory that they snap at this point over here. So I'm gonna take it off and try to epoxy it back together. So I guess I'm gonna show kind of how this comes off now. I guess let's go get right into it. So there's this hidden screw that's going to be in here. You may want to pop out this reflector here because your screwdriver is going to kind of dig into it, and you can see somebody else already kind of did that. So get like a flathead and just pop this out, and then we'll just grab our Phillips and start undoing this. So next, after that's removed, you're going to want to get a pry bar or a flathead and pop this out of its spot. Now, unless your car has a piece of junk like mine, it's kind of already popped out. So you'll want to get this out of here. It kind of has a little hook that goes in here, and you just pull these out. Now you're going to want to undo this whole thing. So you got to see these big clips here on them, these big ones. Those are the ones you're going to remove. And then for the mirror, don't remove it here. You're going to unplug it down here on this plug. So it might take a little working room. Don't pry too hard on each side, but you got to get each there's a tab basically on each side, and you just got to pry them and pull the wires out, because then that gets us. Now if yours isn't already a piece of crap that's broken, there was a screw. If I can get some of these wires out the way. There was a screw and a little piece of plastic that would hold it down there. There was also a nut clip in there. That is no longer there because this piece started to come off on mine. So what I did is I took a wood screw and I just screwed it in so it goes through both pieces. So I'm going to undo that. But if yours isn't molested like mine has been over the years, then it's going to be right there. And then this will unclip. It kind of has some small plastic clips in here. Just firmly on each side pull it back. Now you might have to put some slack on the seat belt or wrap it around the outside of the door or something, but just firmly pull back and you can get this armrest off, the top piece that is. So with the top part off, we have several other screws we got to remove. There's two down in there in these holes. There's two down in there. There's these two right here. Obviously there is, so this lower panel is going to have to come out too. There is where is it? Down there. There's two in here, and there's actually going to be one on the inside. My bracket, however, snapped off for that already, but just note we'll want to pull this off, and then we'll pull this off. So this is the hole where another screw would have gone for this part, but it's not there anymore. So if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you got that out, there's actually one more, and it's hidden right inside there. So we're actually gonna pull that out, and then that should be our last step, and this whole piece will come off. If you have any wiring harnesses or anything clipped to it, you'll definitely want to undo those. Just check that and be careful when you start to pull this off. So I guess the only thing left to actually unclip would be this light. If you just pull, and that's it, that's done. And now we have our broken armrest off, and you can see where it snaps. It's just, I don't understand how, but they these just end up getting so much tension on them that they just break away from the door, because it's fastened down here, but it's not exactly fastened down on this corner onto the door. So I'm gonna try, I tried gluing it once, but it failed. I guess my glue just wasn't very good, or it's under too much tension. It held for like a few hours, and then it finally just let go again, so I got to clean it up, and I'm going to try some JB Weld plastic, and I'm going to leave it for a while. I'll have it held together with a plier or something, and yeah, we'll figure it out. Installs the reverse of removal. However, since we're this far, I'll just kind of explain how the rest of this door panel would come off. So you'll do it in the same order I just did. However, there's a few extras. Underneath this handle, there's a screw there and a screw there. You'll have to undo those. You'll have to undo this Torx screw from behind this door handle here, and this section here will come out. You just finagle it around the door handle there, and you got to pop this plastic off, but mine just kind of sits loosely because, yeah. And then there's two Torx screws you got to remove there. This is optional, but you can if you don't want this fabric to rub as much. It's just one screw, so you might as well just do it. And then you would need one of these panel removal tools here, and you'll just go along the bottom side of the door, and you can feel kind of where they clip in at. There's these clips, and they line the whole bottom and a lot of the sides too, and you just firmly pop them out with that, and then the rest of the door panel will come out. But you'll have this clipped to the door here, and then these other wires you got to feed through. You'll have an unlock and a lock button. The electrical connector, you'll have to undo that as well, and that's about it. So I'm gonna attempt to repair my stuff, and I actually got to do it on the other side too, unfortunately. So I guess wish me luck, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll show you the end result and see if it holds up or not after I put it back together. So here's a little progress report and how this one was doing. So what I did was I drilled a hole. So the crack is obviously through these two holes. I drilled one there and one there, and I ran a zip tie through it, kind of for a little extra support there, and also help keep it together while I had the epoxy going. But then again, I did still use the vice grips just to keep it from moving whatsoever. And so far it seems to be feeling pretty sturdy, so I guess we're gonna see how it holds up in the long run. Well, what do you know? Look at them just frolicking away. Anyway, back to where we were at. So, shabam, there it is. Believe it or not, it actually worked. And so far it's held together. Now what's key is you need to be very careful when you tighten down these two screws, and basically these four up here, but mainly these two. You really do not want to bottom them out into the door panel. You want it to just right where when it gets flush, give it like 1/8 of a turn, and that's it. Leave it alone, because it's already stressed from the beginning. That's just a design flaw in how it is. So just leave it alone once you get it there. And yeah, so I also left the zip tie in, but man, it looks so much better now when I open this up and get in this car. I got the other side going now too, so let me show you. This is how it'll look. It looks a little ugly, but that's okay because you're never gonna see it. I did leave the zip tie, even put some on it so it doesn't really flex, and then I cut the end off. Now I did this all the way around. Now this stuff's about ready to go back on too, but I'm gonna give it just a few more minutes, and I need my camera to focus. So let me just lightly set this down and I'll show you. Use the little popsicle stick they give you. It's actually really helpful, but you want to just lay a really smooth, even bead all along that crack, all the way around on each side, so that way, you know, it's all the way around and it can cure. This stuff actually cures pretty quick, but I was giving it a little extra time because I'm sick of taking this apart. So that's where we're at. And I hope that helps some people out there, because yeah, it's a super common issue, and you can't just go and buy another one of these offline. And like, if you do see one, it's pretty rare that it's available, and it's not gonna last very long. I might need to mess with this a little bit on some of the tabs so that seats them a little more flush, but it is what it is. It looks a lot better. Still more to do with this car. Ooh, digital dash. Need a shifter knob for it, and a couple other things. It needs vacuumed and ashtray emptied and other stuff detailed. A headliner, because these sticks, they're not going to cut it forever. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this helps. See you in the next video.